Let's talk to our business presenter, Tug Enright, who's here in the studio with me. You can see on the screen where the Dow Jones is, and it is open in the last hour and more red. We've seen that for days now since this tariff announcement.
We have. I think it's fair to say that this has all turned out to be worse than many investors had expected. Yes, there was a sell-off prior to Donald Trump's Rose Garden announcement. There was a sell-off afterwards because what he actually announced turned out to be worse than what many of them had feared. And then just over 3.5 hours ago, we got that announcement from Beijing, 34% retaliatory tariffs, export controls on those rare earth minerals that Donald Trump's prizes so greatly. And what you effectively got, to use a wartime analogy, is the return fire from the initial volley fired by Donald Trump on Wednesday night. We now have two of the world's biggest economies, the two world's two biggest economies, at loggerheads. And keep in mind, we haven't heard from the European Union and how it's going to respond to this. In the words of one analyst whose note I read earlier from Deutsche Bank, this is the market pricing in the likelihood of a recession, a likelihood that, in the words of Mohammed Al-Arian, the noted economist, is uncomfortably high. And it's, of course, not just a market story. The markets are a barometer of fears for what lies ahead. Fears about job losses, fears about inflation, and fears about what a continued high inflation could mean for the cost of borrowing.
Ty, thanks for taking us through all of that. We will continue to watch the markets boards throughout the course of the programme. Let's speak now, though, to Kellyanne Shaw, who's Deputy Director of the National Economic Council and was Deputy for International Economic Affairs in the first Trump administration.